So you ready to rock and roll? You want to get into this one? Let's do it. All right, earmuffs on, kids, because this week's edition of Trash Talk, these are emails we received, talk@ryanjesperson.com, is spicy. Like this one from Perfetcho. Perfetcho says, another broken promise of listening to the grassroots. Fire chiefs, EMS, municipalities, mayors, and reeves, people way closer to issues at a local level than the provincial government, are concerned about the effects of the 911 changes. I trust them to know what's best for my family's protection. I do not trust the Alberta government. Perfetcho says, I'm truly concerned more than I've ever been about policy changes being made not to benefit Albertans, but for friends of the UCP. Says, if COVID were not an issue, there'd be way more visible protests, but that's illegal right now. That from Perfetcho. This one from Larry, who says, the most concerning thing to me with regards to the mining in the Rockies is the lack of consultation. Consulting the people of Alberta actually affected by this. Many of us no longer trust our representatives in the Assembly. See the theme? Says we're looking out for Albertans' best interests. We are, but they're not. Says, I understand Alberta won't even benefit substantially from this. The job numbers, not substantial. Why are we risking so much for so little? Larry says, in closing, many Albertans have lost faith that Premier Kenney's doing what's best for Alberta. Polls support the statement, and I would really hope that MLAs in Alberta realize this. That from Larry. How about this from Marion? Marion says, I just don't get this government. She says, who's voting for them? Oil and gas CEOs? She says, I'm a retired teacher and I'm so pissed about my pension. I'm seething mad about Robin Campbell's take on coal mining, Ryan. I live in northern Alberta. She says, I love our province. I want my grandkids and my great-grandkids, all right, Marion, to enjoy the province just the way it is today. I will be contacting my MLA again. That from Marion. Well done. And how about this one from Janelle? Earmuffs, kids. She says, I am seething over the complete disregard that Kenney has for Albertans. Teachers are consistently shit on in this province. I saw it firsthand growing up watching my mom. She taught for 40 years. Now I see my brother and his wife, both of them teachers, going through it as well. People do not become teachers for the benefits. They don't go to university just to get a job with 2 months off. People who become teachers do it because they love it. She says, how fucking awesome is Jason Zakowski that you had on the show, the scientist with the dogs? She says that kind of passion to educate comes from within, and there's no amount of summer vacations that inspire that type of gift. Teachers constantly deal with our government's complete disregard and undermining of their profession, knowledge, and passion. They brave it under threats of job cuts and job losses because they see value in our kids. She says, you think for a second, if things go to shit under AIMCO, that teachers' pensions will be saved under this government in this province? She says, are you kidding me? She says, let's keep in mind, this is the government that kiboshed PUF funding for kids that need it most. If Kenney in good conscience can cut PUF funding for kids with disabilities, you think he gives a shit about you, the average Albertan? He does not. She says, sincerely, not a teacher, says Jan, but I'm an Albertan who values them. And she says, oh, and by the way, speaking of hypocrisy, we're canceling life-saving supervised consumption sites, but when addressing travel during a pandemic, the Premier says, let's be safe. People will do it anyway because of money. Jan says, hard no to that bullshit. Kay, thanks, bye. That from Jan. Talk@ryanjesperson.com is where you send us the emails for Trash Talk. It's presented by Local Waste, and we will talk to you Monday at 8:30 Mountain Time. Have a great weekend.